I said goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
Okay, fine. Stick your show in your ass.
All week long. Bang, bang, bang. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. A little bit of evening court because I feel bad because we missed out having it on for you today. So I said, why not? Let's do a little bit now. And this will lead into the bite-sized court clip that we will have debuting at 6:30. So, yeah, I'm going to look for a certain courtroom here. If Kay can let me know what the name of it is. I forgot completely and I can't find it. But until then, we're going to jump on this, head over to do a little Texas. Well, don't do a little Texas, but go to Texas.
Time. And so if we ever get to that question, we're going to have some issues. We'll come back to that one. Thank you, Annex. Who's next?
Bottom of page 9, Judge.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Annex, we have Barnes, Benjamin Barnes.
Benjamin Barnes, come on down.
Do we need to go get him?
Yes, please.
No, he's going to teleport here. Yeah, you got to go get them. Well, they go to get them. Dallas Alice, Billy's here. Oh, Billy. Bigfoot is not here.
Alrighty.
In cause number 2022 0D02121, State of Texas versus Benjamin Mitchell Barnes. Announcement of counsel, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Weather Chaser going to be busy
Ryan
today.
Kennedy
Good
on
to
behalf
see
of
you.
the Defense, Your Honor. We're ready.
And Mr. Barnes is appearing from the jail
Richard,
annex.
good
We're
to see
scheduled
you.
for a bond hearing. Mr. Kennedy, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I mean, this is a situation where there is a range of misdemeanors. There is one felony, which is a burglary of hab that's currently got $100,000 cash or surety.
Woo.
His bond's $128,500. And the evidence in the burglary of habitation is fingerprints on a crowbar that was outside the house, and no goods were found in his possession, but I can't get him out because of the 128,000 total.
That's
He
high.
is doing the working up with county reentry services right now. The jail reentry, not to be confused with the family violence. He says he's been working with Vanessa on that. He also has been working with the GI Forum outreach for housing, healthcare, financial assistance. And he says that he will be seeking and continuing with drug counseling at that point.
Got a busy night.
He is indigent and has no wherewithal. And
Thank
if there's
you,
anything
Kay.
above a PR bond, he's going to stay in jail. There is 2 more pre-files working on him right now that we talked about this morning. And so, I mean, he could have a significant stay while he's waiting for this, where the only issue, the felony issue is a burglary of hab with minimal evidence.
Okay. Is that all, Mr. Kennedy?
That's
That's
all I
a
have, Your Honor.
huge bond.
Try to
Okay.
make it short and sweet.
Okay, Ms. Rago, go ahead.
Your Honor, the state's concerned he was placed on PR bond on 3/21/2022. PR bond was revoked on 5/17/2022 and was enhanced to monthly reporting. The defendant failed to report in June. What's currently pending, there's a burglary of a vehicle, which was 1/3/2022. He picked up this burglary of a hab 2/17/2022, burglary of a vehicle 4/6/2022, burglary of a coin operated machine, which is a misdemeanor on 6/21/2022, and then a fraud possession identify info less than 5 items on 7/31/2022. The state's concern is he's just picking up cases so close together, Your Honor.
Where is that case, the fraudulent use or possession of identified information? I don't see that one as being indicted yet. It's the most recent.
It hasn't, Your Honor. I sent a request on July the 20, or sorry.
No
What is
need to
this
be sorry,
case?
honey.
I sent a request on Friday asking what the status of the P files were, and I haven't gotten a response, unfortunately, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'll send a follow-up email.
Sound like he doesn't like
right
you.
now to see if we can get it in Dagley.
bear with me 1 second. I just got kicked out of the.
That's all right. We're about to kick you out too. This guy's not going anywhere. And speaking of people who aren't
PSR
going
system.
anywhere,
Let's see.
this is a weird one. We're gonna jump over here and check this out. Really nothing to explain.
You get a
except for
24-hour curfew. You can leave for court, medical.
these people have been in for a very long time.
Lawyer
They're trying to
visits,
get out.
and if Mr. Cazzola gets you in a program, sorry, you can go to any other programs, mental health treatment as necessary. Let's see. So count one, Ms. Hunter, according to the old bond order, was dismissed. Then we'll go down to 1,000 on count two. We'll leave count three at 1,000, count four at 1,000. That total will be a $3,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. You can lead the booth. Got it, Ms. Hunter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. No, not you, Ms. Hunter. Ms. Hunter, do you got that?
We got to see all these people. We're gonna be here for a minute.
I think maybe she does.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. All right, Adrian Armstrong.
I can't believe she does this at the end of the day,
Ms.
Have
Bray
she
here
been-
yet?
working all day. By the way, Bob sent over a.
All right, let's see.
Joe
How
note
about
after we
James
went off
Simpson,
the
Mr.
air.
Gonzoli, James Simpson. State of Georgia versus James Simpson, 22 CP 209892. 104 days with no indictment. Got DGCSA possession of methamphetamine, $1,000 good bond as of June 16th, 2022. Pre-trial.
All right, Judge, I need, what position is that? I apologize to the court.
19, position 19.
Okay, the defendant has 38 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was January the 19th, 2022 in Arizona, and that was for dangerous drugs. There was no disposition for that last arrest. The defendant does have prior felony convictions. There was one in 2016 for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, one in 2013 for possession of controlled substance with the intent to distribute. And there's a misdemeanor conviction that was in 2001. for
Oh, I got
assault.
way too far back, Ms. Jackson. Thank you. I didn't go that far back. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. All right, Mr. Cazzoli, it says on here he's homeless. Need confirm an address where he'll be living, and go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know that the address that we had for first appearance was 1328 Peachtree Street. I understand that may not be an address he's able to use now. He is 42 years old. He was working on his GED during his arrest. At the time of his arrest, he had been living in Georgia for the last 6 months. He was not working, but he was collecting disability. Your Honor, in his history that was read out today, I heard only drug offenses, no felony since 2016. His bond is currently set at $1,000. We're asking for the bond to be lowered now to a UJR through pretrial.
All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, $1,000 is a reasonable bond. This defendant has an open matter in Arizona for dangerous drugs from earlier this year and has a drug history. $1,000 is appropriate in this case. There's no change in circumstance that would
It seems pretty
cause
cheap.
the state to consent to anything lower than that. If Your Honor is inclined to reducing bond, other
Gee,
conditions
Stephen
are
O'Neill.
appropriate, such as no drugs without a valid prescription, 24-hour curfew, and ankle monitoring, and any other conditions that the court deems appropriate. Thank you.
No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 20 Broad Street in Atlanta, Georgia. Sir, you must provide an address where you're going to be living when you bond out at the jail. You must provide an address. So, Mr. Cazzoli, he didn't qualify for pretrial. I tend to like to listen to them, or else, Bostic and those folks get mad at me. So, but if I make it 500, maybe you have to help him with bonding, or make it 250. But I know a bonding company's not going to touch that, though, Mr. Cazzoli.
Right, Your Honor. I do have concerns
low.
about on release. I know we have talked to my social worker. And we have been looking for programs here, Your Honor. We would still ask that the bond be lowered as much as possible. It was already set at 1,000. His conditions were considered when it was originally set. And the only thing that's happened since then, Your Honor, has been the amount of time he's been in jail without indictment. So we would still ask that it be lowered. I understand that if a UJR is not possible at this time.
All right, I'll lower it to $500. I just worried though, Mr. Caselli. So let him know the bonding companies that will, handle a $500 good bond. $500 good bond, sir, with those conditions. You can leave the booth. Thank you, sir. Let's see.
500.
Devontae Strickland, position 10.
Your Honor, I'm going to be covering for Miss Sampson today, Your Honor.
Okay, 22 CP 210089, Devontae Strickland, 98 days without indictment, criminal damage property, 2nd degree. There's a $5,000 good bond as of June the 23rd. Also need to confirm his address, pre-trial.
Been in jail since June.
Defendant has 3 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was October the 19th, 2018, for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and a parole violation, and that was in Lawrence County, Georgia. The defendant does appear to be on parole for robbery. There was no begin date. The end date is January the 24th, 2027. Also, the defendant does appear to be on probation in Lawrence County for robbery. That disposition date was March the 28th, 2011, and the term is for 20 years. Nothing in addition.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Caselli.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before proceeding, my apologies. Since this is not my client, I don't know if she's present today, but I did get a letter along with this file from the alleged victim in this case, Ms. Mays, stating that she does not wish to move forward, that she has no fear of Mr. Strickland. Your Honor, I would just like that to be considered in the context of setting bond. Mr. Strickland is 28 years old. The good address I have listed here, Your Honor, is 3132 Delmar Lane, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30311, where he lives with his girlfriend, Your Honor. I understand that is the complaining witness. I assume there's a stay away here, as well as her children. Your Honor, considering the signed statement I have, we would ask that that stay away be lifted and he be allowed to return there if no other addresses.
Yeah, his hair keeps morphing.
He's lived in Atlanta since February of this past year. Prior to that, he was living in Dublin, Georgia. He has lived in Georgia his whole life, and he moved to Atlanta for work. He has a brother that lives in Peachtree, a sister that lives in Stockbridge. He's a high school graduate. He was previously working at a Quest Service Group where he remodels retail stores, and he's and before his arrest, he was working on a Walmart job specifically. Your Honor, we're asking for the bond to be reduced to a UJR to his parole hold. That means he will not be getting out immediately, but he would like to be able to move on to this next case, especially considering the fact that the alleged victim in this case wants to put this matter behind them as well.
What says the state?
Yes, Your Honor. $5,000 is a reasonable
There comes the real
bond,
story.
considering the defendant is on parole and probation for very serious violent felonies. The state is aware of defense counsel's statement, Mr. Caselli, regarding the victim's signed statement. We are currently investigating the matter. It's our position that the complaining witness recanting does not materially affect the strength of the case, and it's not uncommon for domestic violent victims to recant or want to reconcile with their partners. There's an investigator assigned. We're currently making a determination on how we're going to move forward with the case. For that reason, the state believes that the bond should not be disturbed. The stay away should stay in place. And any other conditions that you deem appropriate if you modify the bond.
Your Honor,
So, spoke to her and the victim's okay with having contact, nonviolent contact?
That's not the state's information. I don't have any notes as far as
Does this guy want me to wait?
victim
What's he want?
contact with the victim.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Right now, just stay away from 3132 Delmar Lane. No further contact with Amber Mays. Get her to submit something or reach out to the
Your Honor, if I may, I do have the signed statement. I'm happy to read a portion of it that is directly applicable if you would like. This was given to me by Ms. Sim.
Stay away from that address. No further violent contact. Ms. Hunter, just put per the statement of the victim read by Mr. Caselli. But
Thank
what I'm gonna do
you.
is I'll go ahead and reduce it down to $4,000 and UJR to that hold only. He's gonna have an ankle monitor with a 24-hour curfew. He can leave for court, see his lawyer, or seek medical attention, and he'll have 48 hours after getting released from his hold to have that ankle monitor placed on him. So if they come and get him, he can go ahead and go. No reason to keep him there when he's got parole holds. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. You can lead a booth. Who is this with a hand raised? Are you Mr. Simpson?
Oh, hell.
Where'd he go?
Mr.
Your Honor,
Simpson is in 2 South, booth 3.
Okay. Is he the one with his hand raised? Because I'm finished. Mr. Simpson,
two
you can
of
lead the booth. I am
Your Honor,
finished. Jeff
we were on
Simpson,
Mr.
you can lead the
Strickland.
booth. Jeffrey Norton, James Simpson, Devontae Strickland. Y'all can all three lead the booth. All right. Nathaniel Taylor.
That's what he wanted to know.
Nathaniel Taylor. No, Nathaniel Taylor. All right. Carlos
Your Honor.
Ruiz. Yes, sir.
Oh, this was ADA Hiles. I hate to interject. I have one
Sarge.
case on the calendar today, Mr. McCamey, and I was hoping if we could hear that shortly.
Oh, no, not a Spanish interpreter.
Yeah, let me take care of, all right. Miss Chavez, raise your right hand for me. Miss Chavez, you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth. Excuse me, never mind. You'll translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability.
I do, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Ruiz has 5 cases, Miss Chavez.
Yeah,
Señor Ruiz,
she
usted
in
tiene
booth.
5
I'm not sure what
casos.
that's all about.
22 CP 210226.
It's a mixed group.
22 CP 210-226.
93 days, no indictment.
93 días todavía no tiene su acusación formal.
There's a $40,000 good bond as of June the 28th.
Ooh.
El 28 de junio
40,000.
le pusieron una fianza de $20,000.
Entering auto, theft by taking.
Entrar a un vehículo, robo, 2 cargos de robo por tomar cosas que no eran suyas.
All right, I got 22 CP 210227. 22 CP 210227.
22
she's
CP
on it.
210-227.
93 days, $30,000 bond as of June 28th.
El 28 de junio, usted ha estado 98 días en la cárcel. El 28 de junio le pusieron una fianza de 30,000.
Theft by taking, entering auto, loitering and prowling.
Robar cosas de no de su propiedad, entrar a un vehículo y andar vagabundeando.
22 CP 210228.
22 CP 210-228.
93 days, got a $230,000 bond as of June 28th.
230,000. En 93 días.
Yeah, there's a
y
couple
usted le
of, I'm pretty
pusieron
sure a
una
couple of
multa
them are women.
$230,000.
At least 2 of them.
Entering auto, 1, 2, 3. Theft by taking, felony, theft by taking, misdemeanor, theft by taking, misdemeanor. Let me stop because there are a few more, Ms. Chavez.
Ok, entonces tiene 3, entrar a un vehículo, un delito mayor de robar y 2 delitos menores de robar.
Financial transaction card fraud, entering auto, theft by taking felony, entering auto.
Una transacción
This guy has just really got tons
ilegal,
of.
entrar a un auto para robar delito menor, entrar a un auto delito mayor.
Theft by taking felony, theft by taking misdemeanor, burglary, entering auto,
Tiene robo delito mayor, robo delito menor, entrada ilegal a un vehículo, entrada ilegal a un domicilio.
and then 2 counts of financial transaction card fraud.
I mean, these guys have
y 2
been in
cargos
so
de
long.
transacción financiera, fraude.
Why waste
All right,
time?
22 CP 210229.
I mean, why waste the
22
time?
CP 210-229.
They're obviously not getting
Financial
out.
transaction card fraud, $25,000 good bond as of June 28th.
Una transacción financiera de fraude de tarjeta y le pusieron una multa de 20,000 el 28 de junio.
22 CP 210230.
22 CP 210 230.
Entering auto theft by taking, $20,000 good bond as of June 28th.
20, Your Honor.
Yes.
Entrar a un vehículo, robo por posesión. Para el 28 de junio le pusieron una multa de 20,000.
Trial.
They are full here. I mean, they are packed with people.
Your Honor, were you ready for pretrial?
Pre-trial, go ahead.
Okay, is that, I didn't
Pillar
get
of
the
the
position,
community.
is that Carlos?
That's the add-on, Carlos Rios, add-on.
Okay.
Mhm.
The defendant has 10 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was February the 7th, 2020, for a deadly weapon, and that was in California. The defendant does appear to be on probation in California, but the deadly
wow.
weapon, that disposition date was May the 27th, 2020, and the term is for 3 years. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
He really
Él
is.
tiene 10 ciclos. El último arresto fue el 7 de febrero del 2020 por portar una arma mortal. Eso fue en California. Él está en probatoria en California por por portar una arma mortal. Eso fue por 3 años. Y eso se la dieron el 27 de mayo de 2020. Nada más, su señoría.
Mr. Houston,
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ruiz.
don't forget about the interpreter, Mr. Houston.
I will not, Your Honor.
Yeah, I have that
Mr.
one
Ruiz
saved.
is,
We'll
25
watch it at
years
some
old. He's
point.
been in Georgia for 9 years, and we have a good address for him of 1915 Cardale Drive, Austell, Georgia 30168.
Cordell Drive, Austin, Georgia. Zip code.
30168.
El señor Houston está diciendo que usted tiene 25 años, está viviendo en Georgia por los últimos 9 años. Tenemos una dirección
Holding
buena
hands up
de él,
again.
que es el 1915 Cordell Drive, Austell, Georgia 30165.
His entire family is here in Georgia, in Atlanta to be specific. He lives with his father. He has a high school diploma, and previously he was employed by Rumi's Kitchen in Sandy Springs.
Boys.
Toda la familia está aquí en
Like they're a little
Atlanta.
loud. I had to
Él
pull
vive
them
con
down
su
some.
padre, él estudió hasta el high school y su trabajo previo era en Rumi's Kitchen.
Your Honor, in terms of bond for position 1, I would ask that both entering autos be reduced from 10,000 to 5,000.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. I
Para
didn't know
su
that.
señoría, para el cargo 1 de la entrada a un vehículo, quiero de que usted le reduzca los 2 cargos de 10,000 a 5,000.
I would ask
Some of these
that
dudes
both
are
theft by taking
pacing up a
misdemeanors be
storm.
reduced from 10,000 to 2,500.
Come on, man.
Esta
That
repetition,
ain't gonna happen.
the amounts.
Yes, I would ask that both theft by taking misdemeanors be reduced.
So they
from
just want
10,000
all
to
their
2,500.
other
Las dos
bonds to be lowered so they
robo
can
por,
try and get out.
por
That's
poseer
it.
objetos robados, delitos menores sean reducidos de 10,000 a 2,500 cada uno.
Okay, for position 2, I would ask that the intern auto be reduced from 10,000 down to 5,000.
Para la posición 2, estoy pidiendo que para la entrada a un vehículo, en la entrada ilegal a un vehículo sea reducido de 10,000 a 5,000.
Yeah, Nightbot's
For loitering and
is
prowling,
going
I would
nuts
ask to
right
be
now.
reduced from 10,000 to 1,000.
Por andar vagabundeando y rondineando, quiero que se reduzca de 10,000 a 1,000.
For position 3,
Just let 'em out.
I
Why
would
not?
ask for each of the 7 intern autos
Good to
to
see
be
you,
reduced
Nick.
to 5,000.
Para la posición, el número 3, estoy pidiendo para cada uno de los 7 entrar a un vehículo que sea reducido cada uno a 5,000.
For each of the 3 theft by taking felony, I will ask that they be reduced to 2,500.
Para cada uno de los robos por poseer objetos robados, delito mayor, sea reducido cada uno a 2,000.
All right. So these people have all been in 90 plus days with no bond or really a high bond. Well, I haven't been in for almost 2 years. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That is insane. We need to be a little more on the ball with that. I mean, I know they are overloaded and the jails are full. But wow, that's crazy. It really is. Crazy stuff.
Yes. Cada uno de los tres transacciones financieras,
Yeah, he
fraude de
does.
tarjetas, quiero que sean reducidos a $500.
And for the burglary charge, we would ask that it be reduced to
FTA, baby.
10,000.
Y para la
FTA.
entrada ilegal al domicilio, quiero que sea reducido a 10,000.
For position 5, we would ask that the financial transaction card fraud be reduced to 5,000.
Para el cargo número 5, la transacción financiera, el caso del número 5, transacción financiera, fraude de tarjeta, quiero que sea reducido a 500.
For position 5, we would ask that the enter and auto be reduced to 5,000 and if theft by taken be reduced to 2,500.
To 500, the last one.
To 2,500.
Why are we going
Para la
case by
transacción
case? Why don't we
financiera,
just
fraude de
give them a
tarjeta,
dollar
que sea
amount that you're
reducido a
looking for?
500, entrar a un vehículo que sea reducido a 500, poseer objetos robados 2,500.
That is all. Thank you.
Eso es todo, señoría, gracias.
All right, what says the state?
Your
¿Qué
Honor,
dice la fiscalía?
this defendant has 5 open matters and is on probation in California for a serious felony.
Él tiene 5 casos abiertos, su señoría, y está bajo probatoria en California por un caso bastante serio.
His current bond is
Hola.
appropriate considering the numerous cases before the court.
La fianza que tiene en este momento se considera apropiada por la cantidad de casos que tiene abiertas ante el juez.
Passage of time is not a change in circumstance.
Que el tiempo haya pasado no es cambio de circunstancias.
For that reason, the state is requesting a stay away from all incident locations.
Por eso estamos pidiendo que se mantenga alejado de todos los lugares de los incidentes.
Yeah, he just messaged me a while ago and said, my phone was dead. Traffic was bad. We were going to be late. So I just didn't come. That's what I got out of it. His phone died.
Any other conditions that you deem appropriate? Thank you.
Un grillete y que tenga arresto domiciliario 24 horas al día.
Yeah,
Y alguna
25
condición que la
is
juez
just
considere adecuada.
not
Gracias.
giving up.
All right, position 1, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons.
La posición 1 no puede tener drogas solo si han sido prescritas por un doctor. No puede tener
mean, I
alcohol,
know
puede
about it,
tomar
but
alcohol, no portar armas.
this length of
Stay
time
away
is
from 5330
ridiculous.
Shemin, Chemin Drive.
Tiene que mantenerse alejado 5,330 Siemens Drive
And stay away from 5130 Shemin Drive.
y tiene que mantenerse alejado de 513 Siemens Drive.
No further contact with Cody Mooring, Moring.
Stay away from
Que no
Cody.
puede
He's
tener
bad
ningún tipo de
news.
contacto con
I
Cody
can't either. I
Mori.
hate it, but we're
No
almost
further
done, I think.
contact with Matthew Snyder.
No puede tener contacto con Matthew Snyder.
You're gonna have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew.
Va a tener que andar con un grillete que va a ser pagado por el condado y va a tener arresto domiciliario 24 horas al día.
Mr. Carter, Mr.
He can leave for court, see his lawyer, or to seek medical attention.
Solo puede
Is there
salir
any
para ir al
chance
tribunal,
he needs to
ir a
go
ver
to
a
the
su
bathroom?
abogado o recibir atención médica.
And also he can stay out of Fulton County. The only reason he's gonna come to Fulton County is to see his lawyer or seek medical attention. Besides that, county.
No puede entrar al condado de Fulton. La única razón por la que puede venir aquí es porque si viene, tiene una audiencia o si tiene que ver el abogado si está aquí o alguna atención médica.
Count
What
one,
about
6,000.
Gary!
Count 1, 6,000. Count 2, 6,000. Count 3, 3,000. Count 4, 3,000.
Cargo 1, 6,000. Cargo 2, 6,000. Cargo 3, 3,000. Cargo 4, 3,000.
Position 2, no drugs unless prescribed, alcohol, no weapons.
La posición número 3, usted no puede
He's the last
poseer,
in line.
no puede tener drogas, alcohol, ni también portar armas.
Stay away from 5410 High Point Road, Sandy Springs.
Stay away from all of Atlanta.
High Point Road, Your Honor.
Sí.
Ok. Tiene que
Sí.
mantenerse alejado de 5410 High Point
Oh,
Road, Sandy
Billy.
Springs.
No further contact with Karen Herrera.
No puede tener ningún contacto con Karen Herrera.
Stay away from 55 Northwood Drive in Sandy Springs.
Yeah.
Tiene que mantenerse alejado de la dirección 55
Stay away. Oh,
Northwood
somebody
Drive,
finally
Sandy
let that
Springs.
guy out.
No further contact with Karen Rivas.
No contact with half of Atlanta.
IVES.
Rivas. Rivas.
No puede tener ningún contacto
Beavis.
con Karen Rivas.
Stay away from 6514 Canopy Drive in Sandy Springs.
Usted tiene que mantenerse alejado de la dirección 6514 Canopy Drive en Sandy Springs.
Gonna have that ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. You can leave for court, lawyer, seek medical attention. Stay out of court
Hey, good to see you.
unless you're here for court or to see your lawyer.
That's what I'm thinking. He
Señor,
had to
usted
go
va a tener
bad,
que portar un grillete
like real
Ah,
bad.
y no puede salir de la casa, arresto domiciliario
He
las
had to
24 horas, solo va a poder salir para ir al tribunal, ir a ver a su abogado o si es que tiene atención médica, usted tiene que mantenerse alejado del condado de Fulton, solo puede venir a Fulton si es que tiene que venir al tribunal a ver a su abogado o atención médica.
Count 1, 6,000, count 2, 6,000, count 3, 5,000.
Cargo 1, 6,000, cargo
Ugh.
2, 6,000, cargo 3,
Ugh.
5,000.
All right, position 3.
Posición 3,
Wow.
No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons.
no puede utilizar drogas solo si están prescritas por un médico, no puede tomar alcohol y no puede poseer arma, no puede portar arma.
Ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. He can leave for court, lawyer, seek medical attention, stay out of Fulton County unless he's here for court or to see his lawyer.
Usted va a tener que tener un grillete que va a ser pagado por el condado de Fulton.
That means
Usted va a tener
zero
un arresto
contact.
domiciliario 24 horas. Usted va a tener,
Yes,
solo
yeah,
va a poder
the
salir si es
IBS.
que tiene audiencias en el tribunal, ver a su abogado estar
Yeah, they're all
enfermo, tiene que
women. Some of the
mantenerse alejado
ugliest
del
women
condado de
you've
Fulton,
all
solo
ever
puede venir aquí
seen.
cuando venga a sus audiencias al
Just
tribunal,
ugly.
a ver a su abogado o atención médica.
Good to see you, Georgia.
Stay away from 5450 Glen Ridge Drive in Sandy Springs.
Usted tiene que mantenerse alejado de la dirección 5450 Glen Ridge Drive en Sandy Springs.
Stay away 5462
Ooh,
Battery Lane in
that's
Sandy
cool.
Springs.
Tiene que mantenerse
Let me know how it is.
alejado de la dirección 5162 Battery Lane en Sandy Springs.
Stay away from 5443 Wentworth Street in Sandy Springs.
They're just pulling out a
Usted tiene
map
que
and just
mantenerse
circling
alejado
the entire thing and
443
saying, stay out.
Wentworth Street en Sandy Springs.
No further contact with Tori Gavin,
No puede tener ningún contacto con Tori Gavin,
John Lagat, Lagat.
John Laggett.
No further contact with William Lanco, Lanco.
No puede tener ningún contacto más con William Lanco.
Man,
No further contact Joseph Seven,
last time I was in Atlanta, I thought
SEVIN.
I was going to get
No puede
stabbed.
tener más contacto con Joseph Seven.
No further contact Mark Martinez,
Tampoco puede tener contacto con Mark Martínez,
Richard Payne,
I believe
Richard
so.
Payne,
Howard Flick,
Howard Flick,
Shirley Hoskins,
Shirley Hoskins,
Credence
Morgan Hall.
Flowers.
Morgan Hall.
All right. Miss Hunter, you getting all this?
Yeah, of course. It's got to be good money to be an interpreter, right? Damn, that was a lot to get.
Yes. All right. Count 1, 6,000. Count 2, 6,000. Count 3, 6,000. Count 4, 6,000. Count 5, 6,000. Count 6, 6,000. Count 7, 20,000. Count 8, 6,000. Count 9, 6,000. Count 10, 6,000. Count 11, 6,000. Count 12, 6,000. Count 13, 20,000.
Nah, these
Count
are
14,
booths.
6,000.
These aren't their
Count 10, excuse me, count 15, 6,000. Count 16, 20,000. Count 17, 20,000.
Woo! What you
I'm
got?
sorry, Ms. Chavez. So I'm sorry.
Your Honor,
Ready?
charges,
All right.
yes.
Right, I'll do like 4 at a time. 6, 6, 6, and 6.
Yeah.
Del cargo de 1 al
6
4,
and 6.
cada uno $6,000.
6, 6, 20, and 6.
El cargo 5, 6, 6, 6, el 7, 20 y el 8,
Do they
6,000
really?
cada uno.
Oh,
6, 6, 6, and 6.
Cargo 9, 10, 11 y 12, 6,000 cada uno.
20, 6, 6, and 20.
Cargo 13, 20, cargo 14, 6, cargo 14, 15,
it's over
6 y cargo
$9,000.
16, 20
And then 17 is 20,000.
y al 17, 20,000.
All right.
He'll
Position
get
4.
right out.
La posición 4.
No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons.
No puede tomar drogas solo si son prescritas por un doctor, no puede tomar alcohol, no puede portar armas.
Ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, can leave for court, lawyer, medical. Stay out of Fulton County unless he's here for court or to see his lawyer.
Stay
Le van a
out
poner
of the
un
entire
grillete,
county
señor, y
of
va a ser
Fulton.
pagado por el condado de Fulton. Usted va a tener un arresto domiciliario a las 24 horas. Solo va a poder salir si es que tenga que venir al tribunal a ver a su doctor o a ver a su abogado. Usted tiene que mantenerse alejado del
bad.
condado de
It was real
Fulton y
bad,
solo va a
Karen.
poder venir a Fulton si es que tiene una audiencia en el tribunal, va a tener tiene que ver a un médico o a su abogado.
No further contact with Martin Johnson.
No
Ah,
puede
that's
tener
terrible.
más contacto con Martin Johnson.
Stay away from 4920 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs.
Oh my God.
Manténgase alejado de 4920 Russell Road en Sandy Springs.
This guy.
Bond on that's $20,000.
Your Honor,
20,000.
20,000.
Wow.
All right, position 5.
Posición 5.
No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons.
No puede poseer drogas, solo si están prescritas. No puede tomar alcohol, no puede portar armas.
Ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. He can leave for court, lawyer, medical. Stay out of Fulton County unless he's here for court or to see his lawyer.
Le van a poner un grillete
You
pagado
better
por el
find a
condado
doctor
de
in another
Fulton.
town.
Usted va a tener arresto domiciliado 24 horas, solo va a poder salir si es que tiene que ir al tribunal a ver al médico o a su abogado. Usted tiene que mantenerse alejado del condado de Fulton. Solo puede venir a Fulton si es
Should
que
be
tiene
good,
audiencia en el
right?
tribunal a ver a su abogado o a un
Set.
médico.
No further contact with Malcolm Cason, C-A-S-O-N.
No puede tener más contacto con Malcolm Cason.
Stay away from 705.
Tiene que mantenerse alejado 705.
Berkeley Run, Sandy Springs.
Mark Kelly, Ron, Sandy Springs.
If I'd have read that, I
Kelly.
wouldn't have put it up. You got one in on me,
Burke
Dave.
Kelly.
Count 1, 6,000. Count 2, 6,000.
Cargo 1, 6,000. Cargo 2, 6,000.
Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Buena suerte, señor. Usted puede irse ya.
Thank you, Ms. Chavez.
Is that going to make it so he can even get
All
out?
right.
I mean, come on.
Let's see. Got Gregory Watson.
That's
They
nice.
found Mr. Watson. All right, what about, did Miss Bray show up?
I'll cover Miss Armstrong for Miss Bray, Your Honor.
Can we do Mr. McCamey, Your Honor?
Can we hold on and let me take care of South Annex? They got to get out. I got a Lieutenant McDaniel outranks you, Mr. Hall. Sorry.
It's all right.
Wow.
He gave me a list of what he wants to do, so I kind of got to do these first to free up some of these.
How you doing, Judge?
Doing well, Mr. McDaniel.
I
Sorry.
see.
All right,
Someone's
South Annex, you ready?
excited today.
Position 12, 22 CP 210096. Adrian Armstrong, 96 days without indictment. BGCSA possession of methamphetamine. As of June the 24th, there's a $5,000 good bond. Wow.
Oh, this court's got somebody turned on. I like that she put that guy in his place.
Position 12.
Yep.
The defendant has 11 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was March the 1st, 2021 in Clayton County for a probation violation. The defendant does appear to be on probation in Clayton County with theft by conversion. That disposition date was
Show
August 12th,
them.
2021.
Sneako clips.
And the term is for 6 years. The defendant does have a prior felony conviction. It was in 2017 for possession of Schedule I controlled substance. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Ms. Gowdy looks like she lives in Jonesboro.
Yes, Your Honor. So Your Honor, before the court is Miss Armstrong. She's been in custody for 96 days, Judge. She does have a bond, says such a law is in compliance in that regard. If released on bond, she does have a good address. It would be 7021 Tar Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia. Zip
That
code
guy still ain't getting out, man.
30236, Your Honor. She's a lifelong resident of the Metro Atlanta area. She's the mother of a 5-year-old daughter. That daughter currently is in the custody of her mother, and she's hoping to reunite with her daughter so she can resume care for that child, Judge. She was working at the time of her arrest, had high school education, Your Honor, so she has adequate ties to the community. In terms of the other Ayala factors, Judge, I'll start first with the responsiveness to legal processes. I didn't hear of any VOPs nor FTAs, Your Honor, so even in spite of those cycles, Judge, she has come to court and availed herself to the
I got one
courts
on the
and given the
house.
directive to do so, Your Honor. The next Ayala factor would be the risk to offend vis-a-vis property and persons within the community, Judge. I've heard a history of one prior theft that she's currently on probation for, and one prior drug offense, Your Honor, but no history
Good
of trafficking, no
old
history of selling
Paul Lynn.
drugs. And that's also the case here in this indictment as well, Your Honor. She is accused of having 1 gram of crystal meth, Your Honor, and 1 crack pipe, Your Honor. She's not a dealer, she's honestly a user. So she's a victim in her own
Well,
ways,
that's
Judge, but
different.
no history of violence against persons in the community, Your Honor. And so as such, I don't believe she'll get out and start doing those things upon release, Judge. So at this time, we're asking the court to consider a UJR for Miss Armstrong, level 2 with random screens, Your Honor. We were under the impression there was hold possibly from Clayton County. I didn't hear pretrial announce it. So we'd ask the court, if the court is so inclined to do so, to have a caveat on the bond order to allow her to have a UJR to the hold only if a hold would pop up in this instance, Your Honor. But otherwise, we're asking for a UJR through pretrial level 2, Judge.
What says the state?
Your Honor, the state's position at $5,000 is a reasonable bond. This defendant is on probation and now before the courts. Passage of time is not a change in circumstance. If
That
you
guy
are
in Long
someone who has
John's
a reduced or
just
modified
came in?
bond, the state would recommend ankle monitoring, 24-hour curfew, and no drugs without any valid prescription and any other conditions that you deem appropriate. Thank you.
No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with your co-defendant, Terrence Mabry, Mabery. Stay out of Fulton County, man. By the reason you come back to Fulton County's court, see your lawyer. Gonna have that ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew except for court,
Where'd everybody go?
lawyer, medical, work, and anything you have to do with your kids, okay? It's really put it on there so you stay out of Fulton County. All right,
was
how about a $3,000 good bond? That sound good, Ms. Gowdy? And then with a UJR to the hold in Clayton County only, since there's that probation violation. So ma'am, that's if Clayton County comes and gets you, you'll have 48 hours after you get released from Clayton County to get that put back on her. Get your ankle monitor put on, okay?
So it's this UJR to the hold, but if not, 3,000.
3,000, right.
Thank you, Judge.
Got that, ma'am? Thumbs up?
He's not lying. That's what I did. I said, give me the soul, you get the ring. He said, no problemo.
Waive his appearance or no? I guess you didn't talk to him about that, did you?
I sure do, because he has a prelim tomorrow downtown in front of Judge Drake.
So you don't want to waive it or you do?
I do want to waive his presence, Your Honor.
All right. He's got 3 cases. State of Georgia versus Gregory Watson, 22 CP 209-494. 120 days for crossing the guard line of correctional institution with prohibited substances and armed robbery. 22 CP 211095, 115 days aggravated assault. 22 CP 209-824. Willful obstruction, threats or violence, felony, simple battery against a police officer, terroristic threats, felony, reckless conduct, riot in a penal institution. Let's see, all of these have no bond with the exception of the last one, and that's got an $80,000 good bond as of, it's a split bond, I'm sorry, as of 6/16 with a no bond on the riot in the penal institution. Pre-trial, that was an add-on.
The defendant has 19 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was April the 8th, 2022 in Maryland for carjacking. Say that was a misdemeanor. There was no disposition for that arrest. The defendant does appear to have an open case pending in Fulton County for reckless conduct and simple assault. There was no case number provided. It was like a reference number. Would you like that, Your Honor?
Sure, go ahead, for the record.
MAGC-00777. The defendant does appear to be on probation in Fulton County for aggravated assault. And that case number is 20 SC 175614. That disposition date was June the 26th, 2020, and the term is for 5 years. Also, the defendant has an additional open probation case in Fulton County for robbery. That case number is 22 SC 181362. That disposition date was March the 18th, 2022, and the term is for 4 years. The
My
defendant does
gosh.
have one prior felony conviction. That was in 2010 for armed carjacking. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Hey, go ahead, Ms. Gowdy.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready. Your Honor,
Do
before
it,
the
do
court
it.
is Mr. Watson. I am waiving his presence. I did have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Watson last night at the jail in person. He is 30 years old. If released on bond, he does have a family distant in Bondsville, Georgia. Your Honor, I don't know where that is on a map, but it's in Georgia. I looked it up on Google.
Peace and love, peace and love.
He does have family in Barnesville, Georgia, where the zip code is 30204, street number 364 Stewart Lane, Judge.
Pretty
But
much.
he is not a lifelong resident of the Metro Atlanta area. He's been here for approximately 4 years, Your Honor. He does have family in the state, and the address I just provided to the court is the address for a cousin. Yeah, I understand Mr. Watson does have some history, but he's been in custody now for over 130 days, Your Honor, without
Yeah,
indictment, without a
crispy.
preliminary hearing, Your Honor. So as such, as a matter of law, he is entitled to receive a bond tonight for indictment 22 CP 209494. That's currently in no bond status, Your Honor. So at this time, we're requesting of the court to consider setting a $15,000 bond on the armed robbery and a $2,000 bond on the crossing guard lines, Your Honor. The allegation there is that he brought in a small baggie of crack cocaine into the jail, Your Honor.
Oh,
And for the armed robbery case, Your Honor, we're prepared tomorrow to have our preliminary hearing, Your Honor. We do believe that the evidence that will come out tomorrow will be satisfactory as it pertains to Mr. Watson's allegation or kind of version of the events in this case, Judge.
Big Mac
For the
sounds
other
good
case,
right
Your Honor,
now.
which is 22 CP 209824. That's willful obstruction, simple battery, terroristic reckless conduct, and rioting. The allegation there is that he spit on an officer inside of the jail, Your Honor.
Ew.
There is currently on my end no bond set on the riot and penal institutions. So as
Don't be
such, we're
spitting
asking
on
for that
people.
to also have a bond. For that, we're asking for a good bond not to exceed $5,000. The other charges each have $20,000 good bonds. We're asking for all of those to significantly reduced again to approximately $5,000 apiece, Your Honor. And then the last case is 22 CP 211095. That is the aggravated assault. He does maintain his innocence in that case, Your Honor. And for that case, we're asking for a good bond not to exceed $10,000, Judge. I don't believe he'll be able to make that bond, Your Honor, because he has a probation case that is also holding him in no bond status, Your Honor. And so as such, there won't be any risk to reoffend. The
Somebody cut the
other
lights out again.
inmates, my understanding, was sent to another floor. So I don't believe he'll have contact with that individual going forward, Your Honor. Thank you.
What
I saw
says
the word
the state? Welcome, Mr. Bray.
flush. It said
What
flush.
says the state?
Yes, Your Honor, this defendant is a high risk for a bond. He has, if I heard correctly, a carjacking incident that happened earlier this year. He has open matters. He's on probation, at least 2 probations for aggravated assault and robbery. Some of those charges mirror the charges before the court today. This defendant is a significant threat or danger to any person in the community, significant risk of committing new felonies pending trial, and significant risk of intimidating witnesses or otherwise obstructing the administration of justice. The state is asking for a full stay away from the incident locations, no violent contact for the victim in the case ending in 095, and no contact, stay away from the victim listed in 494. Your Honor, if you're looking for numbers, for case number 494, count 1,
She's looking for
$10,000,
numbers.
count 2, $50,000. On position 2, aggravated assault, count 1, $75,000, and on position 3, that last count, $10,000. And any other conditions that you deem appropriate, such as ankle monitoring, 24-hour curfew, no weapons, no drugs. Thank you.
All right, position 1. Ankle monitor, 24-hour curfew and ankle monitor paid for by the county. You can leave your house.
There is no amount of money that's going to get somebody to come back if they don't want to come back, no matter how much it is, no matter how much somebody's put down. So it's almost inconsequential if we do all this.
Stay away from 65 10th Street Northeast.
10th Street.
No further contact with Demarius Jordan. 10,000 on count 1, 30,000 on count 2. I don't know what's the state's position on all these other ones. Are you gonna revoke any probation or anything like that?
Matt, good to see you, buddy.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I missed what you said.
These other cases where there's like bonds outstanding, and y'all plan on doing anything or no?
I don't have any information about that, but I will elevate it to my
what they
supervisor
said.
to make a determination.
All right, position 2, Indian 9-5, the aggravated assault. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. You're gonna have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. You can leave for court, seek medical attention, or to see your lawyer. But in the meantime, sir, you're gonna stay out of Fulton County. You only come into Fulton County for court or to see your lawyer. No further contact with Anthony Race. Have you spoken to any of these victims?
Miss Bray is ready for
I don't have
action.
any notes on the victims at this time.
She's breathing really heavy. Somebody needs to check on her.
$35,000 good bond. Position 3.
What did he just say?
There's already bonds on count 1, that's 20,000. I'll leave that. Count 2 is 20,000. Count 3 is 20. Count 4 is 20. So I'll be addressing the right in the penal institution. That's a $10,000 good bond. On there, we'll get no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Deputy Gibbs unless it's in his or her official duties. He's going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, except for court, lawyer, or seek medical attention. Stay out of Fulton County, sir. You can only come back to Fulton County at court or to see your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. Oh, he's not even here. Thank you, Miss Gowdy. You can go ahead and leave, Miss Gowdy. Thank you. Miss Brace, you took care of one of yours, but Mr. Hiles keeps interrupting me. So let me take care of Mr. Hiles.
Thank you.
Ready?
Miss Bray is an attorney? I had
Mr.
no
Hiles
idea.
shows up, what, 3-4 times? Now he wants to like just go first. Everybody else here.
And which case is
Hey,
Mr.
where the
Hiles
white
here
women
on?
at?
He's here on Miss Collins. And then you got one. I'll take yours, Miss Bray. Let me get Miss Collins. Let me get this one so Mr. Hiles can move on with his life. All right, position 3, 22 CP 209-567. Jamerson McCamey. Wave your hand, sir. There he is right there. 116 days, no bond as of July 2nd, 2022. Possession of sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapon or silencer, lawful for a person to be employed by, associated with, participating in criminal street gang activity. Trial.
The defendant has 6 cycles. 2 of them are
She's
adult
busting that
arrests.
bone.
The defendant's last arrest was September the 16th, 2021 in Whitfield County for 2 counts of obstruction of an officer and interference with government property.
Sawed off pee-pee.
There was no
Please, Your Honor.
disposition for that arrest. The defendant does appear to have an outstanding hold out of Dalton, Georgia, where a failure to appear, the underlying charge was not listed. The date on the warrant is April the 4th, 2022. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Collins, they were listed as of 9/21/2022, the warrants on him. One for ag assault, another gang charge, criminal damage to property, another gang charge. Discharge of
think
a
he's in a
firearm on
gang.
property of another. Let's see, possession of a firearm or a knife during the commission of a felony, another gang charge, ag assault, another gang charge, ag assault, another gang charge, criminal damage to property first degree, another gang charge, and another criminal damage to property. Those were on there as of 9/21/22.
I'm sorry.
Wow. A plethora of fine citizens, all upstanding, never been in trouble a day in their lives. They've just accidentally stepped into the wrong side of the law. And I'm going to step into the wrong side of leaving. Thank you, Judge Manning, for being so entertaining today. If you haven't already liked this video, please do so. We got a chase 5 days a week, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern as we jump live. These are not pre-recorded things we watch. We watch the live stuff, so it's a little different than some of the court shows you may be used to. We'd appreciate you taking time to drop the like, and a big thank you to Bob, Dave, and Billy, the boys' night out here today on We Got a Case. Please feel free to subscribe over to We Got a Case. That is the case only YouTube channel. So I'm going to jump out of here. Make sure you're back at 6:30 for what is sure to be a lot of fun, bite-sized court clips coming your way Find out if the landlord is peeping on her male counterpart. Tenant, some call him. Should be interesting. Until next time, I love you. Wow, look at all the love. Got all this love coming at me. I don't know what to do with all this love coming at me. I guess I'll just take it and love it back. Yeah, just love it back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.